karibuni. Welcome tuelimishwe kwa maswala ya jamii, tuchunguzwe sana mbalimbali, tujuzwe juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, tuwapa burudani kwa familia nzima.
And good evening. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Nobody Cares. In case you've missed out on our previous episodes, you better go back to our YouTube channel. That is the Arts in Heart official. Subscribe, hit that subscription button, and come so that we continue with these conversations. Tonight is the Prophets of Doom. In case I forgot to tell you, yes, Happy New Year! Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Of course, there are some people already telling me, Ellie, what is that new thing to be happy about? And those are the people tonight we are talking about in the Prophets of Doom, Nobody Cares, episode 4. So the first person I want to talk about is this person we call the weatherman. The weatherman. That friend that calls you and tells you, oh, you know, Ellie, yes, how are you today? I'm good. How about yourself? Man, it's this weather. Do you have that friend? That friend that always complains about the weather. Then the weather did this, then the weather did that. If it's raining, it's too much rain. If it's sunny, it's too sunny. If it's cold, it's too cold. There is nothing absolutely good about the weather. We call them the weatherman, or rather the weather guys. In fact, we are not going to say the weather guys who are saying it's raining men, because for them, it's always raining trouble. Okay, that is the first person. Number 2, the kind of person you meet in your life, and there are these people that are very, very baby-like. They are always whining. I call them the whining babies. So the prophet of doom number 2 is the whining baby. The whining baby continually complain about each and everything. So the first guy was about the weather. This one calls you up, and all they are saying to you is, mazee, ile kiatu nilikuwa nayo hainibambi. You know, you try to appease them in any way, but there's nothing good about anything that comes their way. This kind of friend is always whining and whining and whining. So I'll give you an example. Sisi ni kama Kenyans are like whining babies. Every single year, there is always something that serikali didn't do. You know that kind of friend that tells you, oh, unajua hii serikali yetu. When we have another year of election, sitachagua serikali kama hii because hii serikali yetu haitusaidii. Actually, a classic example of the whining baby is ule anaitwa serikali saidia ama vijana tunaonewa. You know that kind of person? That kind of person that is always complaining about the government, which when there is no power, it's the government's fault. When they did not eat because they were lazy, it's the government's fault. When probably they didn't go to school on time and they were punished for being late, it's actually the government's fault. Unajua kuna traffic. Hii Nairobi na bo. Traffic kila mahali. Sijui potholes. What they are forgetting is probably they were supposed to have woken up a little bit earlier to be on time. That is number 2, the whining baby. I want to give you number 3 of these prophets of doom. And number 3, we have who we call the negative charge friend. Okay, let's go to the first friend that called you about the weather. You remember that friend? Yes, they called you and the weather is never good for them. That kind of friend takes more negative energy and now becomes the negative charge energy. This kind of friend constantly and continually complain now about everything. When they come to you, they drain you so bad that by the time you're done with that conversation, you are totally out. Kaput, completely. Okay, are we together? That kind of friend that every single time you come across them, by the time you're done with that conversation, you wish you never met them. Have you ever met that kind of friend? I'm calling them the negative charge friend. So this is what happens with this kind of people that you come across every single day in your lives. What they do to you is, little by little, they discharge you. You know, you wake up and you say, hey, Maze, today is a great day. I'm going to have a blast and I'm going to achieve A, B, C, D. You know, when we were crossing the year, most of us were saying, I'm going to achieve this. I'll be looking forward to this. I'll be looking forward to that. But this negative charge friend came to you and all they asked you was, Maze, sasa kama 2019, Rona happened, Maze, I lost my job. 2020, I got a kiddo, but this kiddo, Maze, now I have to take them to school. 2022, now there's like, Maze, you know, serikali had said it was idea as vijana, but there's no way we are making it out because at the end of the day, there's nothing promising out of this year. It's just as good as the rest of the years. These kind of friends continually discharge your psyche for life. They are always sucking the life out of you. Have you ever seen those people that you start off a conversation about what happened good to you? For example, you left home and then on your way to work, you get a very great business proposal and this friend of yours tells you, hey, Maze, can we meet for coffee? Yes. And you're there, you want to tell them how your day was. But of course, it's courteous enough to know how their day was. So you ask them, Maze, niambie Maze, my life is good. I got a new job proposal and I'm thinking very, very hard on how, you know, to maneuver around so that I can take this job because probably it's something I want to do for 2022. This negative charge friend of yours will start asking you, Maze, if you want to take this kind of job, what is in for you? How much are you being paid? The first thing they want to check out is the salaries, okay? Okay, so they are giving you 30K, yeah. And the previous job, how much were they giving you? They were giving me 32K, and now probably I want to negotiate and have 35. So for 3K only. What more do they offer? Aside from me having my basic salary, I'll have a house allowance. Okay, but mbona uchukue house allowance? Mwanaume ni kujenga kwake. Now, look at that. The first thing they want to see is the negative about everything that is coming on your way. Like, mwanaume ni kujenga kwake. Unaishiaje kwa ploti? You know that kind of talk. Unaishiaje kwa ploti? Why would you stay in a studio that you are renting? And they are there trying to converse with you, making all hulabaloo about that possible great opportunity you have as a person. Then you are there wondering, hii mtu nilitoa wapi? So this year, as most of you will be making your resolutions, I heard people were saying they want to cut off toxic people. But understand one thing. Toxicity will always be in and about your life. There is no way you can do away with toxic people. Mind you, sometimes it's great to have them around because then they try to be a mirror of who you are. And I want to tell you one thing that a lot of people have told you probably is misery loves company. There are people who are terribly miserable. I'll tell you a story in a village where there was this old lady. The children were working in the city center. So every time, probably at the end of the month, they sent $50 here, 50 euros there, and here, that. And then at the end of the month, when they are visited by their friends in the village, you know what they say? Sina kitu. You know, there's that sina kitu mentality. I have nothing. So despite what is put at your disposal, you never have anything. Wewe unanga kitu. Wewe unakuwaga tu broke. You get a great business deal, wewe una kitu. Somebody calls you, hey Maze, can we meet and have just a chat over this and that and that? They say, mimi sina kitu. Unaona, wewe unanga kitu. What happens eventually? The children withdrew the help they were giving because all over the village, everybody knew that, this mama, the children are in Tao, but they are not providing a thing for this poor lady. So in the village, she was the poor lady. Okay? Understand one thing, that at the end of the day, you become what you speak. The power of your tongue converts who you become. Listen to that. The power of your tongue converts who you become. I know those of you who are biblical and all that will say, oh, by the in this and that chapter. I'm not going there tonight. Tonight, I'm speaking and getting myself to basics of life. The basics of life is the negativity that you charge around you becomes the person that you illuminate around other people. So you cannot speak negativity all through and expect that things gonna work out for you. Let's get some messages all over there because I see some guys trying to have a conversation here. Thank you so much if you're joining us for the very, very first time. That is Frida Nguko. Good evening to you. Mambo vipi? Tushafika huku wamesema. That is on YouTube. And we have Man King anasema yes of course the prophets of doom wamekuja na ubaya sana, always seeing the negative things about life. Karibu sana Generali Rambo, nimekuona pale na ninamuona for the very very first time after so many times missing in action. Winnie K Mugambi anasema knock knock, who is around here? That's you. Karibu sana. Karibu back to where the stories mean something in your life. So we are still sticking to the prophets of doom. Nobody cares. I want us to take a very quick break. And when we come back, let's see what are the solutions. What are the solutions that we have in stock for you? Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is JP and you are watching Art in Heart. Please follow us on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe and share. May God bless you.
And welcome back. In case you missed out, you can always get to our YouTube channel. Get to subscribe, of course, as JP said it. And thank you so much, JP, for always being the guy on the keys. And welcome back. We have Nyanduko Asema representing watu wa Bookface. Okay, nimeelewa. The other way around. Thank you so much. Karibu sana Nyanduko 254. Now, the prophets of doom, they will always be everywhere. But as a person, you have to understand this, that life will always be tough. Okay? Life will always be tough. Golden rule is take time to smile. Nobody cares is saying take time to smile. You cannot walk with your misery and expect comfort from the other parties of life. No. And don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that life won't be tough. Oh yes, life is very tough. And some people say life is unfair. But must you always find the negative aspect of life? Why not shift your mindset and look at it differently? There are people who actually, they always say, marriage is a scam. That's a common Kenyan Facebook's and of course the social media space. Everybody says everything is a scam, especially where love is involved. When people see people together, the first thing they say ni watawachana. Now, what happened to wanapendana? What happened to they look good together? What happened to I wish and I love to be like them? Why must we always find fault in everything that is good? And why can't we find something good in everything that looks as if it's bad? Waswahili wanasema uzuri wa mkakasi ndani kipande cha kuni. Did you get that? At the end of the day, out of every situation, find a reason to smile. I'm not asking you to be unrealistic with life because maze, life will hit you and it will hit you hard. Times will come, you are looking around and by the way, you have nobody to depend on. You have nobody to look up to. You have nobody to come to your rescue. it doesn't mean that has to be the end of your well-being. You still have to find a reason and take time to smile. You know, this morning I was having a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and I told them that I'm having a great day. And they asked me, Ellie, how are you having a great day? It's winter over there. It's raining. It's dark, because darkness is associated with bad things and bad omen. Guess what? For it to be a bright morning, it has to be a dark night. It can never be morning until darkness has passed. It can never be rainy until the clouds have lingered all over. It can never grow, especially for plants, until death occurs and it rots and it goes through the germination process. For us to be better, sometimes we need to be hit hard. Even gold cannot be smelted until it receives that high intensity of heat for it to be converted. You know, we always look like it is okay not to be okay. And this is something that a lot of mental health practitioners, and of course people that talk about the well-being of your mental health speak a lot. But I want us to take it with a pinch of salt. It is okay not to be okay, but at the same time, it is not okay to stay in that not okay position. Do something about your situation. Don't sit there expecting somebody else to come and lift you up. The moment you embrace the things that are hitting you in life is the moment you accept, this is what I have to deal with. Reality is, I am having a tough time, but the flip side of it is, I am learning through the process. Reality is, I have no job for the moment, but the flip side of it is, it is an encouragement for me to work hard and pursue my dreams as an individual. Reality is, at the end of the day, you have no way and you have not figured out how you're going to pay your mortgage because things are not just working out. But the flip side of it is, it is time for you to start thinking, what else can I do? What else am I made of? What else can I do with these two hands? Not until you become a rotten corpse, then you have no value to offer. But still, even as a rotten corpse, you are adding value and manure to that ground. So, my friends, as we decide to be in 2022 as the new young people that are full of life, that are full of vision and ambition, remember that at the end of the day, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. And let's again not forget the point I've said. It is not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to put in the work. Work, work, and work. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what you put in, then you get out from it. Okay? So, let's see. Nyenduko amesema mapenzi tight ka kifuniko ya gas I say. Yeah, exactly. Finyilia hapo. And the other day I saw one of my very great associates here, Eshuchi Lumumba, making a post and saying he does not understand how it has become normal to find everything negative and anything good. And for him, what he said was, in everything negative that people are going to profess, he's going to find a good thing about it. And that's the challenge I want to throw at each and everyone that are watching tonight, that for everything negative that comes your way, for every failure that comes your way, find a lesson out of it and be better than that lesson found you. Did you get me? For everything that comes negative your way, find a lesson that will make you better than that lesson found you. Because at the end of the day, as human beings, we are positioned to grow. We are positioned to be better. We are positioned to give to the society. We are positioned to be that provision that the life and the ecosystem of life depends on. Like it or not, we are here to stay. And if we are here to stay, you gotta do something about it. Are we communicating? Mnanisikia? As I finish, nataka kuwapea a few things that we want to do on this platform. One of the few things we want to do on this platform is create an environment that each and everyone is able to get that which the mainstream doesn't give. We understand that come the year of 2022, which we are in already, most of us will be getting into the political stories, okay? Tutakuwa tunasukuma stories za politics, and then sijui nani akatukana nani akafanya nini. All of a sudden, all Kikuyus are thieves. All of a sudden, all Luos are bad. All of a sudden, all Luyas are traitors. All of a sudden, Kaos. We're segmenting ourselves into those small tribal cocoons and then causing a divisive political environment. This is what we are going to do as Art in Heart come 2022. We are going to create content and stories that rotate about leadership, okay, integrity, and responsibility. We hashtag it as LIAR, okay? Leadership, integrity, and responsibility. So every time you see us go on air coming the month of February, these are the things we'll be bringing home. We want to make sure that we live in an environment that is welcoming to everybody. And I know we might have different aspects and disciplines of politics that exist in our country. But does that then mean every time we get into politics, we become a divided nation? No, I don't believe that. At the end of the day, democracy dictates that the majority have their say, or rather their way. Okay? They will have their way, but let everybody have their say. That is what we're going to be focusing on from all the month of February down to August. And of course, we will be spreading, and in a big way, the colors of love. So I want to take this opportunity to invite you to the Valentine's edition to be aired on the 11th of February 2022. Hiyo itakuwa kali sana as we resume with our season 3 of Art in Heart. And of course, for each and everybody that made this cast a possibility, man, thank you so much. Thank you for pushing and pushing and pushing. We are still on our YouTube channel, The Arts in Heart Official, on Facebook, The Arts in Heart, and of course, Instagram, The Art_in Heart. And without forgetting, we have our Twitter handle, Tumeifungua. We are there. So follow us, engage with us. And in case you want us to discuss issues that resonate with you, and probably you feel there are things we can add to our cast, reach out to us. Send us an email, theartsinheart@gmail.com. Without forgetting, you can always send us our WhatsApp text. That is +254 791 66 rather 445. Okay, that is +254 791 664445. And then tukikafunga, it is all in your head, because everybody else does not care except nobody who cares. Until next week, see you right here on The Arts in Heart on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, remember to share, invite, and like the pages. Silvio, good night, take care, and blessings.
And now, let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich because of what the Lord